Public Library. Welcome to another edition of Kids in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make pineapple cherry dump cake. It's a very easy recipe, involves very few ingredients, and all you do is dump things in a baking dish. But before we get started, remember, make sure your hands are washed, your work areas are clean, and if you have long hair, pull it back. All right, some of the items that are going to be in this cake, this dump cake, are a yellow cake mix, but you certainly could use another flavor if you liked. You could even use like a chocolate if you wanted. Chocolate and cherry always go well together. A can of cherry pie filling, a large can of pineapple, and some butter that we're going to melt. So the first thing we need to do is spray our 9x13 pan. So I'm just using a vegetable spray in a can. You could also use butter to grease your pan, but I'm just using spray because it's convenient. All right. Now, first thing I'm going to do is put the pineapple in the bottom. This pineapple, I can just pop the lid. It has a popping lid on it, so I don't even have to use the can opener. And you're going to dump this in with the liquid undrained. We don't even need a bowl for this. Pouring it in. Now you might want to use a spoon or a spatula to make sure it's even in your pan. It sort of mixes itself. Oh, before we go on, make sure you preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Since this doesn't take long to put together, you'd like your oven to be preheated before you put your baked good in the oven. All right, next, we're going to put in cherry pie filling. You also could use blueberry pie filling or apple, whatever kind of pie filling you prefer. And again, a pop lid, so I don't even have to use my can opener. Now for this, I like to kind of lay the cherries on with a spoon, but you could use a small teaspoon if you wanted to. I just like them to be even. Let's bring you a little closer so you can see. So I'm just sprinkling them on. There's no rhyme or reason to the way I'm doing it. I just want them sort of even. So everybody gets a cherry or two. This is a very popular when I take it places. It does not last long. Out the pan. All right, next we're going to just sprinkle a cake mix on top. So for this, I like to use a spoon, but you wouldn't have to. Like I said, I've used a chocolate cake mix and cherries before, and that works fine too. We're not even mixing this. We're just sprinkling it on top. It's almost like magic. if I feel like it clumps up a little, I just lightly move it a little bit. Almost done. Again, I'm just doing this so it's even, but you really can't do it wrong. That's it. And now I'm going to melt 3/4 of a cup of butter. So that's 1.5 sticks of butter. I'm going to put it in the microwave and melt it for 30 seconds or till it's melted. And I'm going to drizzle that on the top. So go and melt your butter. And then come back. Okay, my butter took about a minute to melt. I'm still stirring it a little bit because there's some little bigger pieces, but my butter came right from the refrigerator. If your butter is at room temperature, it'll take less. I always put it in for 15 to 30 seconds and then I see how it looks. Because it'll finish melting after I've taken it out. But mine just took a little longer because it came from the refrigerator. Looks good. Don't worry if there's a little bit in there that's not totally melted, it'll be fine. So now I'm going to just drizzle it on top. That's it. That's all there is to this recipe. Dump and drizzle. You'll see, just like I said, it's like magic. It just all mixes itself together. Now, grown-ups, this is a great recipe for young children because there's just dumping and putting it in the oven, so they really can't mess it up in any way. Here we go. All done. All right, I'm going to put it in the oven for 50 to 60 minutes, and I'll see you back then. I have to tell you that my house smelled so good while this was baking. Like I mentioned before, try it with blueberry pie filling or apple pie filling in a white cake mix or cherry pie filling in a chocolate cake mix. They will all be just scrumptious. I hope you enjoy your dessert, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.